So Mississippi, Unit 5 Assessment Macroeconomic Report. T&R Economics by me and Ryan Beck. About Mississippi, Mississippi has a population of 3 million people, 2.94 million people as of 2022. It has major industries of fishing, cotton, retail, manufacturing, mining, and transportation. Some basic facts. Its state bird is the mockingbird, and it's the 20th state starting in 1817. So some economic indicators that I have is the applications for government aid within Mississippi. So the number of participants in welfare tells us how much of the population needs government aid. A good economy would have less government aid participants. So we have 0.3% of Mississippi's population on welfare as of 2022, and 1% of Mississippi's population on food stamps. So in general, the amount of people on welfare in Mississippi is not very high, indicating probably a lower cost of living. But so it is indicating that there's a bad economy. But we'll get into other indicators that show us more. So Mississippi moving goods. So this is telling us export data and tells the health of the economy due to the amount of goods being moved in and out of the state. So the biggest industry, export is the biggest industry in Mississippi, and in 2024 there was a contraction indicating a slowing economy. Then if we go to the health of the economy, which would be we look at the GDP for the most concrete example of health in the economy. In 2023, the GDP was 114.95 billion, and it's ranked 36th out of all 50 states. But the current expansion is coming to an end, and economy is heavily based on manufacturing services. So then we have the amount of applications for houses and housing prices. Mississippi is known for a relatively cheap housing price. It is a 22% increase in home building value over year to year, so indicating an increasing housing demand into this year. In March 2024, 9.6% of homes in Mississippi sold above list price, and 96.9% sale to list price ratio. Then the personal consumption expenditure. Mississippi has the lowest consumer consumption expenditure with 39,678 per capita. Now this is 39,678 per capita dollars per capita. And this is the biggest indicator of that we can see of the actual economy health. It shows that households are spending a lot less money than the U.S. average, and that's with the household spending at $72,967 per capita. So this is showing an economic downturn in general, with decreased spending and lower consumer confidence than average, of course. Then we have Mississippi in expansion. This is looking at how the GDP has grown and how different rates and everything has expanded or contracted. So there's a 1% GDP increase in 2024, and the personal income rate increases of 4%, as well as consumer spending in this quarter. But decreases in mining and oil production, and then an unemployment rate forecasted to rise in current years but is currently contracting, and home interest rates are also predicted to rise. So our concerns, although in state of expansion this is predicted to lead to contraction. So right now the state is in expansion, but this is going to lead to contraction. Slowing in mining, transportation, and retail industries predicted in 2024. So there's some predictions of slowing mining and transportation and retail, which are some of their biggest contributors to the economy in Mississippi. There's a slight unemployment because the decreases in mining and transportation, decreases in production, and recommended that government lowers home interest rates to stimulate economy. This is something that we'll get into the next slide. Government intervention. So you have tax policies could be something that the government could do to help out the economy. Make taxes more business friendly to attract investment and encourage companies in Mississippi to locate or expand. Increasing business spending and overall stimulating the economy. If the government invests in healthcare, reducing healthcare costs, although there wasn't very much mention of healthcare in terms of the welfare that was being talked about, it could alleviate some of the pressures that Mississippi residents face. And an increase in government jobs could increase overall spending, and consumer confidence could be bettered by something like this. Thank you. That was my presentation on Mississippi.